वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Good evening. Prolonged dry spell. Farmers have sown the seeds. They are desperately looking at the sky for rain. For you and me, rain is not that important for living in cities. But for farmers, it's their livelihood, right? Monsoon is so important for us Indians. For drinking water, water for industrial needs, water for agriculture. For everything, we are dependent on the monsoon. Timely arrival of monsoon may come if it gets delayed a little more. It affects the crops. The plants get wilted away, and again you have to sow the seeds. So you just imagine the stress and tension. Of course, now they are trying to irrigate the fields through bore wells and canals by using the agricultural pumps, motor pumps. But that's not a substitute to rain. We all have to pray for our farmers. Kasa prarthana cheyandi raitu sodarla kosam. Please see page number 46. Strength is life. The first quote in the page. This is a great fact. Strength is life, weakness is death. Strength is felicity, life eternal, immortal. Weakness is constant strain and misery. Weakness is death. The older I grow, the more everything seems to me to lie in manliness. This is my new gospel. Strength, strength. Vivekananda would always talk about strength. Balame jeevanamu, balahinataye maranam. Strength is felicity, it's immense happiness, he says. Weakness is constant strain. Weakness actually is death in installment. What is weakness? Weak people cannot enjoy this world. Swami says only heroes can enjoy this world. Who are the heroes? Who are strong physically, mentally, or intellectually, and spiritually. Only for strong individuals, this world and the next world, That's why Swamiji always would talk about this strength. Three kinds of strengths he would speak about: physical strength, intellectual strength, and spiritual strength. Bahubalam, Buddhi Balam, Atma Balam. కేవలం బాహుబలం సరిపోదు. ఓన్లీ ఫిజికల్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్ ఈజ్ నాట్ సఫిషియంట్. ఇన్ ఎవ్రీ డే యూ సీ యంగ్ పీపుల్ కమిటింగ్ సూసైడ్. దట్ ఈస్ ద మోస్ట్ సాడెస్ట్ థింగ్. ఓకే, people who have crossed the 60s, 70s, who have lived okay long enough, if they commit suicide, it's okay. But somehow the mystery of the world, you just see old people rarely commit suicide. Young people are committing suicide. I don't know, at that age the thirst for life becomes so stronger. But I see young people are committing suicide, means there is something seriously wrong with that society. School children are committing suicide. Today also morning I saw in paper, a medical doctor committed suicide. One engineering student from IIT Chennai, Delhi, I think. These reports are very, very distressing. Why they are doing that? Intellectual strength, psychological strength is not there. Okay? Then today we all need to understand that human mind is a bit complex, and of course the society has become complicated for various reasons. Just as you nourish your physical body with good food, you need to nourish your mind also with good thoughts. I tell this again and again to students. You are neglecting one very important aspect of your personality, that is your mind. What is the percentage of positive thought you have, and what is the percentage of negative thought that you have in mind? You need to observe your own mind, and you analyze and try to increase the quantity, the percentage of the positive thought. You read books like Vivekananda. You just read this book twice, thrice, every day, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. That's how actually you need to nourish the mind. We are not focusing on mind. Today we have this wrong understanding that I don't have to pay attention to my mind. When it becomes, a source of a great sorrow for me, when it becomes too difficult for me to control, I will see a psychiatrist or psychologist or counselor, and they will help me to control my mind. See, your mind must be in your control. How do you expect somebody else to control your mind? And we think, just as there are doctors available when you have physical sickness, illness, and you go to a doctor and get some tablets and medicines, okay, you will get cured. In the same way, if I have a psychological problem, I go to a doctor, psychiatrist or psychologist, and he will or she will help me, in controlling my mind. It's your duty and your responsibility. My thoughts should be under my control. Avuna kada? ఆయన మనసు ఆయన కంట్రోల్ అవుతుందో అడగండి మీరు. బట్ నౌ యాక్చువల్లీ విత్ గ్రేట్ కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ యూ గో అండ్ సే దట్ యూ హెల్ప్ మీ కంట్రోల్ మై మైండ్, యూ కంట్రోల్ మై మైండ్. నో, యూ హ్యావ్ నెగ్లెక్టెడ్ ఇట్, you're neglecting it, you're not paying attention to it, and you don't have any clue how to control it, how to regulate it. That's the problem. So precisely for this reason, you need to have spiritual strength, Atma Bala. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asked Krishna, "Oh Krishna, you are asking me to control the mind, but that mind is very strong, it's overpowering. Vayoriva sudushkaram," like air, you cannot hold air in your fist. You can't hold air in your fist. In the same way, I find it so difficult to control my mind. It's an eternal problem. Then Krishna says, "Abhyasena tu vairagyena cha guhyate." Through vairagya and through abhyasa, constant practice, you will be able to control this mind, O Arjuna. Okay? Don't get disillusioned. Practice, abhyasa. Pay some attention to it. That's why it's very important. First, you nourish it with positive thought, and afterwards it will come under your control. So, just as we nourish the physical body, we need to nourish the mind also. దానికి నరిష్మెంట్ అవసరం లేదనుకుంటున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు బాడీకి మనం నరిష్మెంట్ ఇవ్వకపోతే అదేం కాదు, కానీ మైండ్కి కనుక పాజిటివ్ థాట్ నరిష్మెంట్ ఇవ్వకపోతే, రైట్ థాట్స్, ఇట్ విల్ జస్ట్ పికప్ ది గార్బేజ్, నెగిటివ్ థాట్, అండ్ దెన్ ఇట్ విల్ బికమ్ వెరీ వీక్ అండ్ ఇట్ విల్ యాక్ట్ అగెనిస్ట్ అస్. మనల్ని జీవితంలో పరాజయాలను చవిచూసేటట్లు చేస్తుంది మనస్సు. కాబట్టి ఈ మనసును నిగ్రహించడం, నియంత్రించడం అనేటువంటిది యువర్ డ్యూటీ. మై హెల్త్ ఈజ్ మై రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ. మై ఫిజికల్ హెల్త్ అండ్ ఆల్సో మై సైకలాజికల్ హెల్త్ ఈజ్ మై రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ. టుడే యాక్చువల్లీ సైకలాజికల్ హెల్త్ ఈజ్ అ హ్యూజ్ ఇష్యూ. Mental health. Doctors also classify many of the diseases as psychosomatic, mind-borne, and including cancer. Stress అనేటువంటిది ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది? మనకి బాడీలోంచి ఎక్కడ స్ట్రెస్ పుట్టదు. It's all from mind. When there is stress in the mind for a prolonged period of time, and because that gets transmitted to every cell in the body, you may actually develop cancer from any part of the body might turn into a cancerous growth. So that is the reason it's very important that we pay attention and we keep our mind very healthy, positive and strong. దాని మీద చాలా శ్రద్ధ పెట్టాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది, బట్ వీఆర్ నెగ్లెక్టింగ్ ఇట్. ఓన్లీ ఇట్ బికమ్స్ ఎ టూ మచ్ ఆఫ్ ఎ సోర్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్, దెన్ వీ లుక్ ఎట్ ఇట్ హియర్ అండ్ దేర్. యూ హ్యావ్ టు గో టు సమ్ స్పిరిచువల్ సెంటర్, ఆర్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు గో టు సైకాలజిస్ట్, సైక్రియాట్రిస్ట్. నో, నో. You have to pay some attention to your mind. My mind is my responsibility. What it is doing there, I will watch over it. Okay? Okay, I will keep a guard. I will keep, watch over it, and I'll just see it, what is happening there. So neglect chasing. That's the big problem. Because we think that actually our mind only will work in our favor. It doesn't work. Mind is not a friend for anybody except a yogi. Take this lesson seriously. ఒక్క యోగికి తప్ప, మనస్సును పూర్తిగా జయించిన ఆ వ్యక్తికి తప్ప మిగతా ఎవ్వరికి కూడా మనస్సు మిత్రుడు కాదు, మనస్సు శత్రువే. నువ్వు పాజిటివ్ థాట్స్ బాగా నింపిన తర్వాత అది మెల్లగా మనకు మిత్రుడిలాగా పనిచేయడం మొదలు పెడుతుంది. మనస్సును మనకి విధేయంగా చేసుకోవడానికి, టు మేక్ యువర్ మైండ్ ఎ సర్వెంట్. ఓకే, ఇట్స్ నాట్ అన్ ఈజీ థింగ్. ఫర్ దాట్ ఓన్లీ యూ నీడ్ యోగా, యూ నీడ్ ది స్పిరిచువల్ ప్రాక్టీసెస్. వాట్ ఆర్ ద స్పిరిచువల్ ప్రాక్టీసెస్ దట్ విల్ రియల్లీ హెల్ప్ యూ టు బ్రింగ్ యువర్ మైండ్ అండర్ యువర్ కంట్రోల్? మెడిటేషన్, prayer, repetition of God's name, and also paropakara, little selfless service. That actually helps us to tap the inner potential that we have. We will come closer to God through paropakara. That's the paropakara artham idam shariram. We have this phrase in our Sanskrit. ఈ శరీరం దేనికి ఉద్దేశింపబడిందంటే to serve others, to help others, to feel for others. So the more you work for others, actually the easier it becomes for you to control the mind. Why? Because mind is based on ahankara or ego. పరోపకారం ద్వారా మన అహంకారం తగ్గిపోతుంది కాబట్టి అహంకారం తగ్గిన కొద్దీ మనకి మనస్సును నిగ్రహించడం తేలికవుతుంది. సో దీస్ ప్రాక్టీసెస్ యూ నీడ్ టు బ్రింగ్ ఇన్ టు యువర్ పర్సనల్ లైఫ్. సూనర్ ద బెటర్ ఫర్ యూ. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ. నైస్ ఈవినింగ్.